Hi, I'm Joseph Huerta, and you're listening to Decoded Podcast. I'm here with Daniel Green, who is a journalism major here at Long Beach State, who has had to overcome many challenges in his family life to get to where he's at today. So Daniel, what made you decide to come to Long Beach?
For me, I lived in the area. I'm from Pico Rivera, and it was kind of just the next logical step. I had wanted to stay in the area. I already moved out of state, so for a little while I thought I'd just rather stay here. I didn't feel like going anywhere.
What made you decide journalism as your career?
Honestly, I just kind of fell into it. I was at my community college, and I needed something to fill time. And my mom was actually a journalism major when she went to college, but she kind of didn't. She realized pretty early on it wasn't for her. She didn't have the right temperament, she said. And she kind of told me, for years she'd been saying, you'd be a great journalist. And I really didn't think so. But when I was telling her I was trying to fill up my schedule, I told her, I have this big gap, I need to fill it with something. And she said, take a journalism class. So I thought, okay, sure, I'll just take journalism 101, because all I can get to at a time, because it was the lowest level. So, and I liked it.
Okay, Daniel, you said that you have production meetings multiple times throughout the week. What are those like?
So I kind of, when I have production meeting, they kind of check, okay, Dan, what do you have today? What's your section look like? So I tell the editor-in-chief, this is what we have, and so if it's ready, I tell them, okay, it's in the final folder, so they edit it and look at it and approve it.
Daniel, what you got?
Okay, so today we have Joe's article. It's much better shape today. It's coming together. He's still doing a couple edits on it, but he's working with me, so it's coming together. It's flowing better than it was. When they get stories, they come to me and tell me, okay, this is what I want to do, and they write something up. And I kind of help them shape it. Like sometimes they come in and most of this are rants about some topic. So my goal is basically, or my job, I kind of help them shape it. Kind of tell them, okay, this is too ranty. If you're going to say this, you should probably back it up. Or this part, you need more opinion. You're just stating facts. So tell me why you feel this way, or why you think, and I kind of try to tighten up the writing sometimes.
You've said you kind of jumped around when you were younger. How was that?
It was kind of tough. My parents were divorced. They split up when I was less than a year old, and my mom moved out here to be near her family. My dad stayed back east near his family. So when I got older, I would kind of go back and forth between the two of them. So I kind of grew up in California for most of my life, but I did spend some time back east.
How was your relationships with your parents, even though they were divorced?
Me and my mom, we always were very close. We're kind of, I guess, in a lot of ways very similar. We both like to read and like to kind of same music and things like that. So for me, my mom, she was always someone I could always talk to about pretty much anything. And my dad, he kind of had problems growing up. So for me and him, we didn't always get along.
You mentioned that your father had sort of trouble with alcohol. How was dealing with that? How do you deal with that?
For me, honestly, I was really young, so I wasn't really dealing with it as much as just surviving it.
Uh-huh.
He was an alcoholic for most of my life. Yeah, for my entire life, honestly. But he dealt with years. For a while, he'd be sober, and then he would relapse. So it was tough because his drinking, even though I actually never saw him drink, I would go on vacation, I'd come back and find out he had DUI again. And so he loses his license, which meant we had to move because now we were living out in the country and he couldn't drive his truck to keep his job. Overnight, I would pack up all my stuff and we would have to move into the city or into town because it's the only way he could get to work. So it was my life would randomly change in a second's notice at times because his drinking would cause problems for us. So I would change schools. I would have to make new friends. It was kind of stressful at times.
I know that you didn't have your father he didn't live with you for most of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any other role models that you could look up to and assume that father figure role?
The main person I would say would probably be my grandfather, my mom's dad. He was kind of always there for me growing up because we lived with them. My mom, when she left my dad, she went back home, so we lived with my grandparents. So he was kind of always there. he kind of taught me a lot of stuff growing up, and he was kind of my major role model. And so I kind of like, growing up, he was the one I kind of aspired to be like, because he was someone, people admired him, everyone liked him. He was the type of guy when I was little, I thought he was friends with everyone, because we go to the grocery store and he would start talking to some guy for 10 minutes. And I would think his old friend. And it's just some random guy he would start talking to, and the guy would just... my grandfather was someone people just enjoyed talking to, and just, they would open up to him, and everyone seemed to like him. I never met anyone who had a bad word to say about him.
All right, well, thank you, Daniel. I think that's all the time we have for today, so I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.